Well, as Shan says, protests throughout the day here in Glasgow. Brandon Cook has this report.
American investment bankers JP Morgan were the target today, in Edinburgh and in Glasgow, where 6 women dressed as suffragettes voiced their concerns over the company's connection to the fossil fuel industry.
We're now in a crisis and we're tipping into catastrophe. So if we don't protest, who will?
Tomorrow, money matters. Negotiators will discuss how best to spend funds to avert climate disasters. For these protesters, today was a chance to make their views heard first.
The scientific consensus has been settled now for at least 10 years that where we're headed for. We know how this is going to play out if we don't do something.
They have to listen because people are suffering. The developing countries are suffering for pure greed of other people.
What started as a relatively quiet gathering turned loud.
In the space of just about 5 minutes, this road has gone from being empty to having around 100 protesters outside the offices of JP Morgan in Glasgow. And now we have another band of protesters coming from up the street. It could get rather busy here.
Busier it got. Police closed off both street ends as a safety precaution. Demonstrators chanted, waved banners and listened to rallying calls. And eventually they moved, blocking the road near the motorway artery flowing through the city. Amid the noise and colour was calm. Protesters determined to remain peaceful, but within the crowd some were preparing for the worst.
Can I get one? Yes. Thank you very much.
This activist was handing out cards with advice on what to do if they're arrested.
They're already coming in handy, even though we're doing peaceful protests. The police are already trying to stop it happening, doing illegal stops and searches.
For today at least, these were of limited use. Elsewhere in the city, the games began this morning with a small group of demonstrators across the river from the conference taking aim at world leaders.
What we're telling world leaders is to stop playing climate games with our future. They have made beautiful speeches yesterday with a lot of rhetoric, but emissions don't react to rhetoric, they react to action. And what we need them to do is deliver real action. That's been a woeful amount since the Paris Agreement 6 years ago. We now need them to go home and deliver on the promises that they've made in the last 2 days.
More demonstrations and photo calls are expected as the conference continues. Brandon Cook, STV News.